Myself, Mr. H.T. Mate, Department of Botany, RBNB College, Sri Rampur. Today, we are going to study F.Y.B.Sc Botany, Semester 2nd, Paper 1st, BO 121. And from this, Plant Life and Utilization 2nd. And from this, the name of the topic, that is the Gymnosperms. Now first, the general characters of the Gymnosperms. Now Gymnosperms shows the different types of the characters. They comes under the phanerogams. So they show different character in their morphology, their anatomy, and in reproduction. In morphology, there are the different types of the gymnosperms. They show the different characters. Some are get fossilized and some are now they are present. Now in anatomy, that means internal characters, they are also different. And in reproduction, again there are the different types of the characters as compared to the other plant group. For example, here seeds are there, but they are naked. And because of this, these all the plants in which seeds are naked are included into one group, and that group is called as the gymnosperms. So these are the some characters. Now number one, the gymnospermic plants are slow growers. They grow very slowly and they are perennial. That means they complete their life cycle more than 3 years. So they are called as the perennial, and they are side by side, they are also slow growers. Now next character, they are evergreen, dwarf, tall. For example, there is one plant, sequoia. It is the tallest plant in the plant kingdom, and it is about 112 meters in height. So these are the sequoia plants. They are tallest in all the plant group. Our next character. Now there is one netum, one species of netum. It is a climber, and this sequoia is the tree habit, and this netum is a woody climber. Now this character, for example, cycadales are there. They are palm-like, while conifers are the pyramidals. Now these cycadales are palm-like, that means they are coconut-like, that means they have unbranched, and their top lip of the crown is get formed. And here these conifers are pyramidal in shape. It is because of the climatic condition. For example, their shape of these coniferals is like this. It is because of the climatic conditions. Now next character, stem is aerial, then it is stout, it is a columnar, it is a branched or unbranched. Now for example, in cycas, the stem is unbranched like this, and it is a columnar, and here there are the leaves. So this is the cycas, it is unbranched stem. Now there is another example, for example, thuja. It has a branched stem. Now there is the normal secondary growth. Now for example, in netum there is the abnormal secondary growth. In majority of the plant, in gymnospermic plant, there is the normal secondary growth, but there is one twine or climber is there which is called as the netum, which shows the abnormal secondary growth. And it is because of the abnormal behavior and abnormal origin of the cambium, it shows the abnormal secondary growth, for example, in the netum. Now stem shows the dimorphism. That means in the stem there are the two different types of the branches. Now one type of a branch is called as the dwarf branch or dwarf shoot, and another type of a branch which is long is called as the long branch or the long shoot. Now next character, all the gymnospermic plants show the tap root system. That means a deep going root system is there. Now next, that is the cycas. Cycas shows the corallate root. In cycas there are the two different types of the roots. One, that is the normal tap root system is there, and another corallate root is there. It is irregular in shape. This is the corallate root, and in which blue-green algae, BGA, that is the blue-green algae are developed, and they are important for the nitrogen fixation from the atmosphere. So it is found in the cycas. Now the next character, leaves are again of the two different types. Now first, that is the foliage leaves. Now they are found, for example, in cycas. Now they are 1 to 2 meter in length, and they are look like this. It is 1 to 2 meter in length. They are compound. Now these are the leaflets. They have short stalk or they are sessile, and they show the leathery appearance, or they show the different types of the xeropathic characters. So these are the foliage leaves. They are important for the process of photosynthesis. And next, that is, the leaves are very, very small in size. Such type of leaves are called as the reduced leaves. For example, in pinus, the leaves are like this. These are the small leaves. And in such a condition, there is another character is found in this pinus. Now the stem also performs the function of a photosynthesis, because here the leaves are very, very small in size, and they are called as the scale leaves. Now stem shows the conjoined collateral and open type of vascular bundle. Now in gymnosperm, vascular bundles are well developed, and they are conjoined, collateral and open. That means conjoined, that means both the xylem and phloem are developed in one and the same vascular bundle. And collateral, that means both the xylem and phloem, they lie side by side. And open, that means the cambium is present in between xylem and phloem. So such a type of vascular bundles are called as the conjoined, collateral and open type of vascular bundle. Now growth rings are distinct. Now growth rings are nothing but the annual growth rings. So if this is the TS of the stem, sometime at the center there is the pith. Pith is a small or large, it is according to that particular plant. And these are the growth rings. These are the growth rings. And each growth ring is nothing but the development of the xylem in a single year. So these growth rings which are formed by the xylem only, they are also called as the growth ring or the annual growth rings. And they indicates about the age of that particular stem or that plant, which are called as the annual growth rings. Now next, xylem is endarch. That means the metaxylem is toward the periphery, and such type of a xylem is called as the endarch xylem. Next character, secondary growth is normal due to intra and interfascicular cambium. That means the situation is somewhat like this. This is the still. Here there are the vascular bundles, and here there is the intrafascicular cambium is here. During secondary growth, there is a complete ring of the cambium is get formed, and which adds newly formed xylem toward the inner side and newly formed phloem toward the outer side. And at the same time, extra fascicular cambium is also get developed. This is called as the extrafascicular cambium. And this cambium is nothing but a meristematic in nature, and it adds new cells or new cell layers toward the inner and outer side. So this is the extrastellar and intrastellar secondary growth, and because of this, it is important for that particular plant. Now abnormal secondary growth is found in the netum. Abnormal secondary growth is found in the netum. It is because of the abnormal origin and abnormal behavior of the cambium. Next character, in xylem, vessels are absent. This is the important characteristic feature of the different types of the gymnospermic plant, but there is only one plant, that is the nettle, vessels are there. But in all other gymnospermic plant, vessels are completely absent. Now next character, in gymnosperm, there is two different types of the wood. Wood nothing but the xylem. And these two different types are, that is the manoxylic wood, and second, that is the pycnoxylic wood. Now in manoxylic wood, soft wood is very soft, and it is porous, and its large part is occupied by the pith. That means xylem elements are less. So such type of wood is called as the manoxylic wood. There is second type which is called as the pycnoxylic. Here all the cells of xylem are compactly arranged, and they are hard, and here the pith is very less. That means here very large amount of the xylem is get developed. So such a type of wood is called as the pycnoxylic wood. Now next character, root is a diarch, triarch or tetrarch. That means like this. If this is the TS of the root, now these are the two different arch. So such type of root is called as the diarch type of root. Sometimes triarch and tetrarch are also there. The next, leaves shows the xerophytic character. For example, thick cuticle is there. They are leathery in appearance. Multilayered hypodermis. Cells of the hypodermis are compactly arranged and they are lignified. They are thick-walled, and also most important character, that is the sunken stomata are also present. Now next, the vegetative reproduction takes place with the help of bulbils. Now these bulbils are like this. This is important for the vegetative reproduction, and they are found in the cycas. If this is the stem of the cycas, these are the bulbils. These are the leaves. This is the stem. On this stem, small bud-like structures are developed and they are called as the bulbils. When they get detached from the parent plant, they have capacity, they have potential to develop into a new plant of the cycas. Now next, male and female cone are distinct. Male and female cone are distinct. For example, in cycas, there is very large male cone. If this is the cycas plant, these are the leaves. They are very large. And in between the leaves are compound. Here at the center, this shows the male cone. This is the male cone. It is very long and it has microsporophyll. And just like this, if a female plant is there, then it also shows the female cone. And it is like this. These are the ovules. So this is the male cone, it is very large. This is the female cone, it is a lip-like structure and it has a naked seeds are called as the ovules. So this is the female cone, this is the male cone. Now male cone gives the microspores. In the male cone, microsporangia are there, and in the microsporangia, microspores are there, and these microspores germinate to give the male gamete. They give the male gamete. That means the male cone is there. Microsporophylls are there, and on the microsporophyll, microsporangia is there, and in the microsporangia, microspores are there. So this is the microspore, and this germinate into a male gamete. So this is the antherozoid, and this is the pollen tube. This is the microspore, and this is the male gametophyte. That means by the germination of the microspore, there is a development of the male gametophyte takes place. So this is the antherozoid. This antherozoid develops a tube-like structure which is called as the pollen tube. And this structure, that is the male gametophyte, is developed on the archegonia. Now this is about the male gametophyte. Just like this, there is the female cone. And on the female cone, there are the megaspore. And these megaspore germinate into the female gametophyte. And the structure is like this. These are the neck canal cell. This is ventral canal cell. And this is the egg. This is female gametophyte, which is called as the archegonia. That means the megaspore germinate into the next generation in the life cycle of the gymnospermic plant, for example, cycas. And there is a development of the female gametophyte, which is also called as the archegonia. It is a flask-shaped structure. It is getting divided into the two parts. Lower part is called as the venter. So this is the venter and this is the neck. And in the venter, there is the ventral canal cell, and toward the lower side, there is very large bulbous egg is there. And above this, there are the neck canal cell, and at the tip, there is the cover or lead cells are there. Now the next character. Now, in the majority of the gymnospermic plant, there is the polyembryony. But at last, All the embryo are get aborted, but only one remains functional and develop into the next generation. Now this is the embryo. Embryo has the suspension and also plumule and radicle is also there. So this is toward the upper side, there is the suspension for absorption or for the nutrition. Now seeds are naked. This is the characteristic feature found in all the gymnospermic plant. That means the seeds or ovules are naked. And last character, that is alternation of generation. In each life cycle of the gymnospermic plant, there are the two different types of the generation. First, that is the sporophytic generation, and second, there is the gametophytic generation. Now, sporophytic generation is the dominant and gametophytic generation is a very short-lived.